All right, this is Pastor John David, and welcome to day 2. Today we're going to use the SOAP method, study, observe, apply, and pray, to go over Proverbs chapter 2. And so hopefully you've read the chapter, or you're going to, and this is no substitute for your own reading. These are just my thoughts, my observations for this passage. It is not something that you should just take in place of. I'm just trying to help you as I think through the passage. Maybe you get some ideas on how you can think through the passage during your readings, because it's your reading of the Bible that matters, not mine. Okay, and your understanding of Scripture that matters, because you're the one that has to live it out and apply it. So we're, first of all, going to read the Scripture, then observe, and then pray. So Scripture, observe, apply, pray. So let's look at Scripture. Proverbs 2:4. If you seek her as silver and search for her as the hidden treasure, then you will discern the fear of the Lord and discover the knowledge of God. So wow, there is this, that was the passage. Why don't we read it again, just so we can simmer on it a little bit. If you seek her as silver and search for her as for hidden treasures. Now the context is talking about wisdom. If you seek her like you would silver, right? And for hidden treasure, as you were seeking for hidden treasure, seek for wisdom that way, then you will discern what the fear of the Lord is and discover knowledge of God. So there's this idea of seeking wisdom and discernment. It's like silver and treasures. Like you should treasure wisdom like you do gold. Like if I said, I'm going to give you $1,000, how excited would you be? I mean, I'd be excited if I had $1,000. But if I were to give you $1,000, I'd be like, yay, good for me. I got $1,000. You're excited about it. Well, that's how excited you should be to seek after wisdom. You should be excited like, oh, I just got $1,000. But even greater, I have wisdom for the rest of my life. It's going to spare me and save me thousands of dollars. It's going to spare me thousands of headaches, pain in my brain, stupid tax, some people call it, or dumb tax, because I make dumb decisions I have to pay later, like speeding. That's dumb tax. You get caught speeding, you deserve to pay that tax, pay that money, because you were speeding, you were disobeying the law. And so we don't want to pay dumb tax. And that's what happens when we aren't wise. And so wisdom is like getting gold and silver. It'll save you money in the long run. And then it says, then you'll what? Then when you seek for her like you do gold and find treasure, then you'll fear the Lord and you'll have a knowledge of God. Now let's look at that just a little bit more. Let's observe that, right? Fearing the Lord. What does the word fear mean? Well, in Hebrew, it talks about a respect, a reverence. So how could we apply that? I mean, what does that look like? Fearing the Lord. Well, I always think of a rattlesnake when I think of fear. Like, you're afraid of it, not because it's like, boo, it scared you, although that can happen too. But the idea is, you know that one bite from this snake will kill you, or possibly kill you. And you know for sure it's going to hurt a lot, and you're going to have to go to the hospital and all this bad stuff. So you respect it. You fear it. You reverence it. You go, okay, I'm not going to mess with a rattlesnake. And in the same way, we are called to fear the Lord, to be people who are fearers of God, fearers of the Lord, people who honor Him, people who respect Him, people who put Him as first in their life. There's a fear of God and a reverence and an awe and a respect of who He is. And then it says you'll have a knowledge of God. Well, the knowledge of God comes through life good choices. When you seek wisdom, and wisdom is knowledge applied in life, good decisions. When you do good decisions, you will have the knowledge of God. Now, what does that mean? What is that idea? Well, Jesus made a statement where He says, you will know me if you keep my commands. So there's this idea of learning through the experience of obedience. Like, I know the Lord because I've obeyed Him, and in obeying Him, I get to know Him. So that's kind of our meditation. Let's kind of summarize here. Wisdom, and discernment are valuable, just like silver and treasure. We should seek them, just like we do silver and treasure. Wake up early to get it. And seeking wisdom, we learn to respect and honor God. That's a huge thing, respecting and honoring God. And in seeking wisdom, we learn the knowledge of God and the practical choices of our life. As we obey and do what we're told to, and we choose and make good choices, we actually experience knowing God and getting close to God. So pray about that. Pray about, Lord, how can I experience you more? How can I obey you more? How can I follow you more? How can I make you king in my heart over more and more of my life? And how can I not be a fool? So we'll talk about that as we continue on in Proverbs. But today, that was Proverbs chapter 2. If you want to spend a little bit of time in prayer now, asking the Lord to guide you as you look at what you wrote down as your application. Remember, write the scripture down, Proverbs chapter 2. Write any verses that you want to write down in the SOAP methods scripture. O, we've just observed it. A, application, how we're going to live this out. And then P, prayer. So don't forget to pray as you move forward in obedience. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.